Hi guys, welcome in the first initial build log for Notiq, which is AI-powered inbox. In those build logs, we plan to bring some of the insights of what was built in the startup, what are some maybe problems, what are we currently working on, and just focusing on the startup stuff right now for the Notiq. So let's jump right in. So first of all, what we've managed to ship in Notiq. So first of all, we have the AI categorization, and this is of course creation of the new email categories, and and of course having all the AI tools analyzing your emails and your messages to show it to put them in the appropriate category. So if you've ever had like 200 messages in, let's say, Gmail or Slack, you'll understand why this categorization might be important. And another thing, actually, what we've managed is of course this AI replace generation. So as you can imagine, you received an email, and sometimes this is like a very simple email. This is the email from the for app creation, and of course the email generation and automated reply is provided there. And this is of course just to simplify. I believe it will simplify the this email creation and kind of reduce the time that you need to spend analyzing your messages. Of course, you still need to evaluate the the message that you have here. Yet still, we believe this is something useful. And what else? Of course, we have Gmail integration. So both of those use reply in Gmail and send reply now. This is either creating a draft in the Gmail or sending a message from Gmail directly. So this is in whatever way might be useful for the users. We've seen usage for both of them, so we hope that this might be useful. And it's already connected to the integration that you've specified it. Another one, urgency evaluation. So of course we have the focus feed, and with the prioritized messages, and based on the message, we either mark it as urgent or something needs to be done for today, something important, or something, let's say, that can be completely left. Something important is of course the sum of the urgent and today. And what else? The UI. So of course this is the first pitch deck, not pitch deck, sorry. And this is the first build log. So so this will be a bit bigger. So basically we have the full UI working. So right now this is like the main UI with the navigation, with the dashboard, focus feed, categorize inbox, and some analytics, but this is of course coming soon, and basic settings, your inboxes that you're providing, and of course the categories that you have. And this is of course everything that currently we are working on. But of course, what are we working on, let's say, the most? So basically, as you can imagine, working with Gmail is not so easy, especially for startups. So what happened? So in order for Gmail to in order to use Gmail emails in your application, you need to pass something called CASA assessment, and this is Cloud Application Security Assessment. I hope it should be mentioned CASA. And those are those different requirements that are provided, and they're either tier 2 or tier 3. And in order to obtain in order to have the possibility to integrate with Gmail without any, let's say, security issues, etc., you need to hold this tier 2 assessment. And sadly, in the past, what happened is that you could do it for free, but right now we need to pay, I believe it's $540 or $720. Of course, it all depends on let's say how many reevaluations you are allowed to have. And this is just a couple of companies. So either you pay a lot or you pay, this 720 seems like the most reasonable option. So we'll have to go with that to pass this assessment and just ensure that our application is secure, and of course all the emails are also secured and all of the messages. So this is, let's say, our main focus because we have a deadline for it, for this CASA assessment, and we plan of course to bring it as soon as possible. So this is currently our main focus. So this is kind of lessons learned that especially for startups with heavy data usage, there might something like this pop out with additional costs and additional work, and we had to reduce the workload on the other stuff, as this is right now the biggest priority. So that's it. I know it was a bit longer update than we expected, but it's the first one, so let us know whether this is something useful for you and interesting, and of course help us grow. Thank you, guys.